Hello, my name is Debbie Reynolds. They call me the Data Diva. Today, I want to talk about data privacy and satellites that leak global data. So, researchers from the University of California and the University of Maryland teamed up together to do a study about how much data that they could intercept from satellites using a $800 satellite dish. And so, what they had done is take a sampling. They estimated about 15% of the geostationary traffic from these satellites to see what types of messages or data that they can intercept. And what they were able to find is that they were able to intercept quite a lot of information, personal information about people, private, corporate information, stuff that should have been secret. And what they found is that a lot of these messages that they were able to intercept, the reason why they were able to intercept them is because they were not encrypted. So they found things like airline Wi-Fi traffic, corporate information, industrial, also military law enforcement. They also were able to find information from like cell phones. So like people's chats, text messages, and things like that. When they published the study, they had contacted a few of the companies that they were able to intercept their unencrypted data. Two of the companies actually responded and patched that vulnerability, making sure that all the data transmitted is encrypted. And those two were AT&T and T-Mobile. So a lot more companies did not respond to them in terms of what they were doing to be able to encrypt this traffic. This is a very concerning thing, especially because a lot of people assume that the data that is transmitted about them that it is transmitted securely and encrypted. And so that is not always the case. And we can see in this particular experiment, if anyone can get an $800 satellite dish, it's very easy to see how people can intercept and misuse and abuse that type of data. Also, this story brings up an issue that we have with privacy, and this has to do with space. So, certain layers of space don't really have privacy rules. And so the fact that they were able to intercept this information is definitely bad. And I'm glad that some companies are encrypting it, but under some, there may not be adequate redress for these types of things because space is not regulated in the same way that privacy is regulated on Earth. It's hard to explain, but this is definitely concerning. I'm hoping to see more companies really try to tighten up their encryption on things, especially just because it's going up to a satellite doesn't mean that someone can't intercept it. So what we're seeing right now is a convergence of the technologies getting more capable at what they can do, especially with things that were in space and in satellites that people never ever had the ability to be able to capture. But that capability is here now. And so companies really need to think about how data is being transmitted, especially personal information about people, even if it's being transmitted via satellite. Thank you.